Welcome to Kansas Ag Report. I'm Ken Rogers. On this week's show, a return visit to Mark Stock, founder of Big Iron Auctions. Last time we talked to him, the farm machinery and real estate businesses were very strong. Well, that continues. We'll also have features from Kansas Corn, Kansas Wheat, and the Kansas Farm Bureau, and the update from the Kansas Livestock Association and market information from Pinion, a division of K-Coe Isom.
Kansas Ag Report brought to you in part by the Kansas Soybean Commission, the Soybean Checkoff, progress powered by Kansas farmers. Kansas Farm Bureau, a grassroots ag organization representing the state's farm and ranch families since 1919, kfb.org. And the Kansas Wheat Commission, lending in the adoption of profitable innovations from wheat, online at kswheat.com.
And agricultural news from agview.net. Filling senior level positions at USDA continues to be a challenge for Ag Secretary Tom Vilsack as he looks to carry out the president's policy priorities. Vilsack said announcements about a significant number of state level appointments would start anytime now into October as well. Those posts will include the state leaders for the Farm Service Agency and rural development offices. He also said the White House is close to nominating someone to be Undersecretary for Trade and Foreign Agricultural Affairs. Well, so far, the Senate has confirmed just one of Biden's nominees for the Undersecretary position at USDA, Jenny Lester Moffitt. She's the Undersecretary for Marketing and Regulatory Programs. Now, aside from Vilsack and Moffitt, a couple of other USDA officials, Deputy Ag Secretary Jewel Brunau and General Counsel Janie Sims Hipp, have been advancing through the process. Vilsack indicated that the pace of nominations and appointments have been slowed by what he describes as the administration's ethical standards. He said when you have a high ethics standard, sometimes it disqualifies people from participating. Now, he didn't provide many details of those ethical issues, but prospective nominees and appointees are sometimes required to separate themselves from business interests that could pose a conflict of interest. Well, when it comes to helping agriculture and rural communities thrive, the challenges are great and the stakes are high. Well, over 430 Carl Fellows have impacted Kansas communities in agriculture. Carl is the Kansas Agriculture and Rural Leadership Program. And if you support it, and those that do, help identify, prepare, and connect aspiring leaders to spark action for the greater good. Well, the Carl program is offering a chance for you to win 2 special firearms, a rifle or a shotgun. Tickets are $100. The drawing will be held in November. Now, if you would like a chance to win one of these firearms, go to carlprogram.com/raffle/. Only 1,000 tickets will be sold, and local, state, and federal laws will be applied. Well, you can find more agriculture news at agview.net. Mark Stock, Big Iron Auction, will join us when we return. You're watching the Kansas Ag Report.
The Kansas Ag Report brought to you in part by Kansas Grain Sorghum, growers working together. Learn more at ksgrainsorghum.org. Grass and Grain, online or in the mail, keeping Kansas farmers informed for over 60 years. grassandgrain.com. And agview.net, serving the Beef Belt and Western Corn Belt with reliable and relevant agriculture information. agview.net.
And joining us from Husker Harvest Days, Mark Stock, the founder of Big Iron Auction Realty. Mark, we just talked to you a few weeks ago, but there's still things going on we want to talk about, and primarily we want to focus on this ag economy, what you're seeing. You all are just busy. You're having big auctions of big equipment.
Yes, we have a lot of machinery. Just in the month of September alone, there's over 10,000 items, Ken, that will be selling on our no reserve auction platform, and it's equipment from all across the United States. We've even got some Canadian business now, so we're excited to enter that into this trade area. But a lot of people are selling now because of what's going on with our economy as well.
Well, we hear, there's DC, we don't know what's going to happen. So not only from the equipment side, but from the land side as well. And I know you're big in the realty as well, but let's talk about that. It seemed like we held off for quite a while before we had these retirement auctions, but then COVID came and nobody could find new iron.
Yeah, there's a shortage of supply from the manufacturers because of all of the components, and they're not getting them from wherever they get them, and now that has increased the value of the good low-houred equipment that is sitting in farmer sheds that hasn't been used for years. Now remember, in 2012 when we had our run-up, and then in 13 and 14 and subsequent years, people had a great opportunity to trade up for machinery, and a lot of folks did. And now that low-houred equipment in a lot of these operations is the items that are being sold on these retirement sales. And in a lot of cases, Ken, the equipment is bringing right at what they paid for it, in some cases even more than what they paid for it in 2013 and 14. In fact, we sold a 2014 Tempe grain trailer here just a couple weeks back, and it brought $4,000 more than what the owner paid for it when he bought it brand new.
Wow. Well, it is, and we're here at Husker Harvest Day, so we do see some new equipment, but we also know that there's a lot of equipment, combines especially, here in Grand Island that aren't moving.
Yeah, well, they're waiting for components. So that means anything that you see sold on an auction that has low separator hours, well cared for, is going to bring a premium, and we're seeing it every week on the Big Iron website right now.
And we'll give that information right quick, and then we'll talk more about that in just a little bit. But again, that website for folks to see, and they can subscribe pretty easy. I got a buyer number pretty easy. I've been a buyer for a long time. So how can they do that?
Just go to bigiron.com, and if you haven't been on that site, literally 5 minutes, you're registered. You do the background checks behind the scene, and you get approved, and then you can bid on any auction that we sell machinery with. And our auctions are always with no reserve, and we never charge a buyer's fee or buyer's penalty. Some people call them buyer's premiums. We say it's a penalty. We don't penalize anybody for bidding. And the website is real easy access, BIGIRON.
Mark Stock, the founder of the Big Iron Realty and Auction, is joining us. So take a break. We're going to come back and talk more about this ag economy in just a moment.
The Kansas Wheat Innovation Center in Manhattan is rediscovering ways to get improved varieties and new genetics in the hands of farmers faster. Grower-led and checkoff-funded research initiatives are bringing about positive change. This grassroots leadership provides a strong voice in Topeka and Washington, D.C. Now is the time to partner with Kansas Wheat in moving wheat forward. Kansas Wheat Commission and Kansas Association of Wheat Growers. Farmers investing in their future and yours. Log on to rediscoverwheat.org.
What if U.S. soybean meal were more than a commodity? If seed companies and the soybean checkoff built a better variety? That future is here. The time is now. To meet end-user demands, the soybean checkoff is investing in the compositional quality of soybeans, including meal. A message from the Kansas Soybean Commission, the Soybean Checkoff, progress powered by Kansas farmers.
Next time you see a beautiful field of corn, reach out and thank the farmers who work tirelessly to raise corn for livestock feed, renewable fuels, and exports to feed a growing world population. The farmers on the Kansas Corn Commission work for Kansas Corn with grower-funded checkoff dollars that support foreign and domestic market development, research, promotion, and education to expand opportunities for Kansas farmers. To learn more, visit kscorn.com.
Many seed companies claim to offer the latest genetics, but how many have tested those genetics in soils just like yours? The Oldie Seed Know to Grow research program has fully tested the latest seed genetics in soils that are right in your neighborhood. The Oldie Seed Know to Grow program can recommend the best performing hybrids from technologies like Enlist, Extend, and Liberty Link that will optimize the yield and profit of every acre on your farm. Contact Oldie Seed today.
Kansas Ag Report brought to you in part by the Kansas Livestock Association, supporting members' business interests and meeting consumer demands. KLA.org. Oldie Seed Farms, carrying soil-specific seed. Find them on the web at oldieseed.com. That's OHLDE seed.com. And Kansas Corn, building the future at kansascorn.com.
Mark Stock, the founder of Stock Auction Realty, is joining us. In fact, we caught up with him here at Husker Harvest Days. So, Mark, we talked about machinery. Let's talk about another red hot market. That's the farmland market. I think last time you and I talked, it's still red hot.
They're not making any more of it. A lot more of it is being consumed here by the expansions of the big cities. But it's also in the hands of people who don't need to sell land. So when something does come up for sale, there's a lot more eyes wanting to buy it than ever before. We've got a lot of folks that are wanting to invest in farmland from outside the ag sector. The investors are back. In fact, the last couple auctions we've had in several different states, the second last bidder and even the last bidder has been from investment groups that are putting their money in farmland. So we haven't seen that for a number of years. Usually the end user has been the farmer that's been paying for it because it touches something that they already have. And don't get me wrong, they're still fighting for that because they know that they only usually have one chance to buy something that touches them in their lifetime in most cases. But the land market is back to those 2013-14 highs, and we're not seeing it slow up at any. And we got cheap interest rates. That's also a driver.
We've seen the last few sales in Iowa have gone astronomical, $14,000, $16,000 an acre. Those of us at the Great Plains and grew up and farmed in the Great Plains just can't hardly comprehend that.
Yeah, and you wonder, how does that ever work? And you know, the fact is it usually doesn't. They just own it because it's a long-term investment, and then probably in 10 years that $16,000 ground is going to sell for $20,000 or $22,000. It's hard for us to fathom how that works, but that's just the way the stair-stepping of the land usually goes.
All right, before we wrap it up again, full circle, going with the real estate, if folks maybe have now inherited some ground, say, hey, you know what, it's a great investment, but I kind of need some cash, or the folks are saying, hey, I've had a good run at farming, I've got some pretty clean equipment, I've always taken care of it. Quickly go through the process of how you can line them up and get them taken care of.
Well, it's pretty simple because we have our reps and our real estate agents and our equipment reps. They all live in the areas in which they serve. So we've got 300 now scattered across the United States, and they each cover just a couple counties at best on the equipment side, maybe a few more counties on the real estate side. But if you have something you would like to sell, if you reach out to those reps, they'll come out to visit with you in person and they'll show you the program. Land usually is a 7-week program. Machinery is usually about a 6-week program, bare minimum. The longer time you give, the better results you're going to have because equipment needs to be prepped and staged well. The land, obviously, we like a lot of drone videos. We like the growing segment of it, but it's pretty simple and easy to use our business because our agents, our reps are trained to make it easy for you.
What's going to be the hottest piece of equipment into the fall?
The hottest piece of equipment in the fall, probably planters. Okay. Believe it or not, planters, because you can't get a new one. And we're still seeing a lot of these grain trailers and the grain handling equipment really, really hot now, too.
All right, Mark, again, website?
BigIron.com is our website, and our phone number is 800-WE-SELL-8.
All right, easy to find. Mark Stock, the founder of I've almost got that one wrong. I'll start this again. We'll cut this in. That's Mark Stock, the founder of Big Iron Auction Realty, joining us. Stay with us. We'll have more coming up.
Next time you see a beautiful field of corn, reach out and thank the farmers who work tirelessly to raise corn for livestock feed, renewable fuels, and exports to feed a growing world population. The farmers on the Kansas Corn Commission work for Kansas Corn with grower-funded checkoff dollars that support foreign and domestic market development, research, promotion, and education to expand opportunities for Kansas farmers. To learn more, visit kscorn.com.
Hi, this is Sharon Thielen, Director of Education for the Kansas Corn Growers Association, and this is your Kansas Corn Update. As we look back at the last school year, we had a very successful year with our Kansas Corn STEM program, reaching over 2,300 teachers, which equated to about 70,000 students in the state of Kansas learning about corn in some capacity. As we move into this school year, we're really excited. We have a new offering called the Mystery of Corn Readers, where teachers can subscribe to receive readers or one reader per student for their classroom up to 4 times a year. And so these readers are for K through 5, 6 through 8, and 9 through 12 teachers. They talk about current issues that are happening in the industry, but related to a certain mystery. And so the September mystery is Could it be corn? With the focus being on what is made from corn, what's the difference between sweet corn and dent corn, and how corn plastic can have a positive impact on our environment. Each of the readers also comes with a fun activity for the teachers and a fun teacher guide. So if you know a teacher out there that would really enjoy this resource, have them visit kansascornstem.com. Have a great school year.
Many seed companies claim to offer the latest genetics, but how many have tested those genetics in soils just like yours? The Oldie Seed Know to Grow research program has fully tested the latest seed genetics in soils that are right in your neighborhood. The Oldie Seed Know to Grow program can recommend the best performing hybrids from technologies like Enlist, Extend, and Liberty Link that will optimize the yield and profit of every acre on your farm. Contact Oldie Seed today.
No one plans to get sick or injured. But when life happens, it's important you and your family are protected. Kansas Farm Bureau health plans are there to provide continued health care coverage to meet your needs. Choose from a broad range of individual and family plans. And if you're over 65, we have options for you too. Learn more at kfbhealthplans.com or contact a Farm Bureau Financial Services agent near you.
September is Food Safety Education Month, and food safety for all Kansans is part of the mission for the Kansas Department of Agriculture. Often people are surprised that food safety and restaurant inspections fall under the Department of Ag, but we know that food and agriculture are closely tied together, and we work to ensure a safe food supply throughout the entire food supply chain, from the fields to your plates. Our food safety and lodging program works with food wholesalers, food manufacturers, grocery stores, convenience stores, restaurants, food trucks, and other food operations across the state, so they all understand and follow the Kansas Food Code and other statutes that serve to keep consumers safe from foodborne illness. Preparing and selling high-quality, safe food begins with well-trained and knowledgeable food service workers, so we provide educational materials in a variety of ways. Our Food Protection Task Force shares food safety information regularly with food establishments. We have created a number of fact sheet handouts for food service establishments to use for staff training and ongoing education, and we've translated these handouts so they're available in Spanish and Chinese in addition to English. Our food safety staff travels the state presenting Focus on Food Safety workshops, where they share key steps to preventing foodborne illness in Kansas. And this year, the food safety team has been hosting the Food Safety Webinar Series, a free monthly half-hour webinar about various food safety topics. September 27th is the webinar on grocery store food safety, and past topics have ranged from food safety for food trucks to dealing with pests to a close look on cooling and reheating foods. Registration and links to the previously recorded webinars are all at agriculture.ks.gov/FPTF. During Food Safety Education Month, we thank our Kansas food establishments for keeping us safe and healthy.
The Kansas Wheat Innovation Center in Manhattan is rediscovering ways to get improved varieties and new genetics in the hands of farmers faster. Grower-led and checkoff-funded research initiatives are bringing about positive change. This grassroots leadership provides a strong voice in Topeka and Washington, D.C. Now is the time to partner with Kansas Wheat in moving wheat forward. Kansas Wheat Commission and Kansas Association of Wheat Growers. Farmers investing in their future and yours. Log on to rediscoverwheat.org.
Despite battling dry planting conditions, a wet spring, and hail damage, the wheat research team at K-State collected enough data to advance 2 breeding lines to seed production ahead of a potential variety release in 2022. The potential wheat varieties result from the long-running breeding program at the K-State Ag Research Center at Hayes, led by Dr. Guorong Zhang and his team. The program, supported financially by Kansas wheat farmers through the Kansas Wheat Commission, focuses on the development of new and improved varieties of both hard red winter and hard white wheat for western Kansas. Zhang said our goals in the program are to develop new wheat varieties that give Kansas producers top agronomic performance and provide protection from major pests and diseases. It is imperative that the varieties we develop also meet the quality demands of our domestic and international customers. An elite line of hard white wheat, KS18HW1064, was the top yielding line in the 5 dryland trials that were harvested. During these trials, the line has also demonstrated good drought tolerance and resistance to wheat streak mosaic virus and stem rust, moderate resistance to stripe rust, and intermediate resistance to barley yellow dwarf virus. An elite line of hard red winter wheat was also approved for seed increase this year, KS18H1113. The line has a very good disease package with resistance to wheat streak mosaic virus, stem rust, and Hessian fly.
What if sustainability were synonymous with U.S. soy? If energy efficiency, water quality, and soil health help define U.S. soy's value, that future is here, the time is now. To meet end-user demands, the Soybean Checkoff is committing to sustainability that's achievable, worthwhile, and enduring. A message from the Kansas Soybean Commission, the Soybean Checkoff, progress powered by Kansas farmers.
Meeting at American Ag Credit in Great Bend on Wednesday, September 28, 2021, the Kansas Grain Sorghum Commission approved a new budget for fiscal year 2022 in the amount of $1,010,589. Chairman Kevin Kniebel, a farmer of White City in Morris County, noted that this budget reflects not only the momentum of the crop, but also a continued focus on research results and making a difference for farmers. Increasingly, the Commission is driving results through research in the areas of genetic markers, practical applications, and market priorities. Also, the K-State Sorghum Breeding Program is delivering results through private companies and beyond. Barton County, which includes Great Bend, historically ranks in the top 10 sorghum-producing counties in Kansas. And if you've seen a lot of milo in your area, you're not alone. Earlier this month, the USDA released its September World Agricultural Supply and Demand Estimates report, which increased estimated planted grain sorghum acres to 7.3 million, up 12% from the August report and 24% over the previous year. Kansas, the largest grain sorghum producing state, planted 3.6 million acres with an increase of 20% over last year. And together with the Sorghum Checkoff, the Kansas Grain Sorghum Commission continues to work toward robust market opportunities for farmers at home and abroad, while directing farmers' investments and vision in sorghum improvement within our state. For Kansas Grain Sorghum, this is Adam York.
Grain sorghum is one of the most important cereal crops worldwide, and Kansas leads the nation in its production. Over the years, sorghum has been either exported, used in animal feed domestically, or for other industrial uses. Recently, its use in the ethanol market has seen tremendous growth, with 30% of domestic sorghum typically going to ethanol production. Kansas Grain Sorghum is committed to sorghum research, market development, and education. Learn more at ksgrainsorghum.org.
Beef It's What's for Dinner and E&J Gallo's Black Box Premium Wine are partnering in September and October to promote tailgating with beef. Point of sale materials at 10,000 to 12,000 retailers nationwide are featuring beef on the grill and a $5 off coupon for beef with the purchase of Black Box Premium Wine. Additionally, a co-branded click-to-cart campaign powered by Chicory Technology and a digital $5 off coupon will be featured on hundreds of recipe sites to direct consumers to purchase beef and Black Box Premium Wine. Chicory's premium pairings ad will educate consumers on the best ways to pair wine and beef. The ads are displayed whenever a shopper views recipes for tailgating favorites that feature beef. Upon clicking the ad, shoppers are taken to a branded promotional landing page where Beef It's What's for Dinner and Black Box Premium Wine bundled products can be added to the online cart at their preferred retailer, including Walmart, Kroger, Instacart, and select markets for Albertsons and Safeway.
Kansas Corn reminds you that E15 fuel is the right choice for every kind of driver. For the car enthusiast, E15 has higher octane. For the thrifty driver, E15 is priced lower than regular unleaded. For the nature lover, E15 provides cleaner air. For the shopper who buys local, E15 has more ethanol from our Kansas corn farms. Choose E15 for a higher octane, lower price, cleaner American fuel. Message from the Kansas Corn Commission. Learn more at kscorn.com.
What if sustainability were synonymous with U.S. soy? If energy efficiency, water quality, and soil health help define U.S. soy's value, that future is here, the time is now. To meet end-user demands, the soybean checkoff is committing to sustainability that's achievable, worthwhile, and enduring. A message from the Kansas Soybean Commission, the Soybean Checkoff. Progress powered by Kansas farmers.
Mitch Dewar here with Pinion, a division of K-Coe Isom. Last Friday, September 10th, the USDA released their monthly WASDE report. The report was bearish, but corn and soybeans rejected the move lower and closed the day on a positive note. USDA increased the corn yield to 176.3, up from the August number of 174.6 bushels per acre, and the soybean yield up to 50.6 from 50 bushels per acre. Both of these numbers were a bigger increase than what the analysts were estimating. Harvest acres for corn came in at 85.185 million acres, which was up from the August estimate of 84.5. And the soybean harvest acres were down slightly to 86.437 million acres. These estimates brought an increase in both corn and soybean ending stock numbers, which would be taken as bearish to the market, but it appears that these extra bushels were already priced in the weeks before the report. The cattle market witnessed another black swan event as the JBS plant in Grand Island caught fire late Sunday. This wasn't our first fire the beef industry has experienced, and the future markets took a dive on the open Monday morning. As the day went on, the markets recovered some of their losses as the seriousness of the event started to surface. They did suspend operations, but with the fire contained to the rendering side of the plant, they resumed operations on the kill side later in the week. This sell-off was on top of a current sell-off happening in the markets from making new highs. We once again find ourselves among another harvest in very volatile markets. If you would like to talk about grain and livestock marketing, give us a call at 888-452-8751. I'm Mitch Dewar with Pinion, a division of K-Coe Isom.
Well, that's our show this week. We've wrapped up National Farm Safety Week, but that doesn't mean that safety stops on the farm, ranch, or roads. Look twice before heading out. We want you to make sure you're around to enjoy what could be a great fall. I'm Ken Rogers. See you next week.
Are you looking for Medicare Supplement insurance plans? Now is a good time to look at your options with Kansas Farm Bureau Health Plans. A Medicare Supplement insurance plan can help cover certain out-of-pocket expenses Medicare doesn't cover. Things like deductibles, co-insurance, and certain limitations that can be costly in the event of an accident or illness. With Kansas Farm Bureau Health Plans, you have options to Medicare Supplement insurance plans with 4 levels of affordable coverage and service from an organization known for its commitment serving Kansans. We encourage you to compare our rates. For more information and to get a quote, contact a Farm Bureau Financial Services agent near you or visit kfbhealthplans.com. Medicare Supplements insured by Members Health Insurance Company, Columbia, Tennessee. Not connected with or endorsed by the U.S. or state government.